The call for a ceasefire deal has been growing louder, with Netanyahu's stern regarding his Philadelphi corridor demand. The U.S. saying Israel has agreed to partially withdraw the IDF troops from the corridor as part of its fresh truce plan. Our next report telling you more.
Israel is on the boil. The streets are echoing voices demanding an immediate truce deal with Hamas.
We demand arms embargo and demand the permanent ceasefire and demand people in Gaza should go back to their homes, should be free of Israeli occupation and just to release all hostages. This is the only way that leads to that.
Many blame Prime Minister Netanyahu for delaying the hostage deal.
It's true that Hamas are the ones that pull the trigger, but the fact that they're still there is on Netanyahu. It's his responsibility to get his citizens out, and he didn't do it. Instead, he keeps on prolonging and holding back any kind of hope to freedom.
With the contentious Philadelphi corridor emerging as a roadblock in the ceasefire deal, the White House says Israel has agreed to withdraw its troops partially from this key corridor in the first phase and fully in the second phase of a fresh truce plan proposed by the United States.
We are working day and night to try to get an agreement over the line because we believe an agreement is manifestly in the interests of all the parties involved. We are going to continue to try and get an agreement over the line. We're going to work to put a proposal together with Egypt and with Qatar that we believe both parties should accept.
But a defiant Netanyahu continues to dig his heels. He has been demanding control of the Philadelphi corridor.
Three of these goals of war go through one place, the Philadelphi corridor. By the way, this prevents the smuggling of hostages above the ground. Hamas can take them, smuggle them in these 42 days, smuggle them to the Sinai. It's a distance of a few meters. They cross the fence and they disappear. They can then appear in Iran or Yemen. No way.
Many officials, including Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, says Tel Aviv should relinquish the corridor to bring back around 100 hostages still held in Gaza. Hamas demands a full withdrawal from the corridor. So does Egypt, a key mediator in the ceasefire deal. Egypt opposes presence of any Israeli troops along the Gaza side of its border. It says IDF will threaten the decades-old peace treaty between the two countries, a cornerstone of regional stability. The Philadelphia corridor is a strip that runs 14 kilometers from the Gaza side of the border with Egypt. It includes the Rafah crossing, which was Gaza's only outlet to the outside world, not controlled by Israel until its army captured the entire corridor in May. Is Netanyahu's argument on Philadelphia corridor valid, or is he being too adamant? Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
And for more on this, we earlier spoke to retired Lieutenant Daniel L. Davis. Listen in.
Well, I think when you look at all of the factors involved, it's hard to come to any other conclusion than it's Benjamin Netanyahu who doesn't want a negotiated settlement. He doesn't want a ceasefire, which could lead to that. He wants a military victory. He's been very equivocal or unequivocal of saying that from the beginning. And you see with their actions that you know, all going back to, I think it was back in April or May when they destroyed an Iranian embassy in Syria, when they assassinated the chief negotiator for the Hamas side in Tehran a month or so ago. We're still waiting to find out what Iran may do on that, and continues to make a lot of comments, warlike comments about possibly going into Hezbollah, into southern Lebanon there to potentially spread the war to there. By all accounts, it appears that Netanyahu wants to, quote, finish the job in the Gaza Strip, meaning completely destroy Hamas, not negotiate with them. He wants to destroy them and then worry about negotiated settlement later, or worry about the hostages later. But those things are at cross purposes. And if you seek to only destroy Hamas, and that means continue to kill a lot of people in the Palestinian areas of Gaza, then you're not going to get the hostages back, because to get something, you have to give something. And so far, Netanyahu has not been willing to give something.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.